In the bag?
Yes, I'm a minor, sir. I have security guards. They left that in my bag, sir. I did not pack my bag.
Well, we can get that all straightened out after the fact.
BMF Immortal, and it's cool. Like sometimes we switch perspectives, so it's from a law enforcement perspective.
Oh wow!
Instead of it being from the, the actual hustler side or the aspirational side, just
you know what I mean? That's right. I never done that, man. I don't even know where they come up with that, man. And then the guy's a rat, man. He's been working for the feds for 2 years now. You know what I'm saying? Cooperate. So you can look at my paperwork, man. My paperwork. If I was ratting it to be on CNN, you know what I mean?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
They ain't telling nobody. Because if you're telling, you can't even look forward to going home.
Okay, so 50 Cent blasted Lil Meech and posted video footage and evidence of him allegedly snitching on his security. The security, who ended up taking the fall for everything, said that he was asleep when Lil Meech threw everything in.
Big Meech has issued a stern warning to 50 Cent, urging him to stop mentioning his son or face serious repercussions. This response followed a video 50 Cent shared, showing Lil Meech appearing to implicate a former friend in a police matter, essentially allowing the friend to take the blame. That same friend is now speaking out in support of 50, alleging that Lil Meech's actions led to his imprisonment. For months, 50 Cent has publicly criticized both Big Meech and Lil Meech, and it now appears that Big Meech has reached his breaking point. If 50 Cent continues to provoke the situation, it's clear that things could escalate quickly.
It's not legal.
Huh?
It's not legal.
What is it?
It's not legal.
Not legal what?
To have a
It
file.
all began when 50 Cent released a surprising body cam video. In the clip, Lil Meech appears to turn on a friend during a routine traffic stop. The friend was taken into custody and later claimed that Lil Meech had cooperated with police and let him take the fall.
Oh. Yeah, man.
Hey, something shot you in the
Yeah.
What y'all found about that? What y'all found?
In the video, both men are detained, and Lil Meech is seen sitting in the back of a police car. After an officer mentions finding a gun but clarifies that it's not illegal, Meech oddly asks, "Did you find the other stuff?" That comment prompted the officers to search the car again, escalating the situation unnecessarily.
It's not legal.
What is it?
It's not legal
Not legal what?
to have a firearm.
I'm talking about this.
Huh?
That's it.
Talking about the other guy?
That's
Yeah.
That's illegal.
Here's the friend who was arrested is now speaking out. On Instagram, alongside the footage, someone using the name 3Lux shared old photos with Lil Meech and accused him of cooperating with law enforcement. He claimed the charges involved both firearms and narcotics. In his caption, he wrote, "Reason I got to go do Fed time. Look at this. I can't stand fake people like Lil Meech. I thought Terza life was real, it's not." He even criticized Big Meech, accusing him of raising someone weak. According to him, Lil Meech let him take responsibility for the gun and drugs while he was asleep in the vehicle. He said 50 Cent had backed him for exposing Lil Meech and called Meech a snake. He added that Lil Meech apologized and promised repayment while also betraying 50 in the process. He asked, "Why are you asking the cops if they got the gun and other things off me? How is that not snitch?" He claimed his only reason for associating with Lil Meech, who he now refers to as a drug user, was thinking he was trustworthy. After over 2 decades of friendship, he says he learned the hard way that loyalty wasn't mutual. He questioned why others are still supporting someone who put him in a terrible legal situation. He says he spent thousands on attorneys and posted bond 3 times. Meanwhile, he sees people helping Meech clean up his image and stay aligned with someone who, in his words, was spiraling on pills. He also mentioned losing business investments and now possibly losing precious time with his child. All because Lil Meech allegedly betrayed him. He criticized Big Meech's code, saying, "These are the same people who preach death before. Dishonor, but it's just talk, like saying I love you with no meaning." Lil Meech hasn't responded publicly yet, but 50 Cent did. He took aim by reposting power star Michael Rainey Jr.'s Instagram story and added a sarcastic caption, "I'm proud of you, Michael. I checked your page, LOL. See what happens when you avoid drugs and don't blow your money on chrome hearts, jeans." A few hours later, 50 Ray shared the body cam footage of Lil Meech throwing his friend under the bus and added screenshots of the friend's posts. He wrote, "How are you going to drop your weapon and drugs on your friend's lap while he's asleep?" like saying, "Here, this one's your problem now." But 50 Cent didn't stop there. He followed up with yet another pointed post, this time sharing a still image from the BMF series and taking another jab at Meech in the caption. He wrote, First, he shows up at the airport with a gun, gets caught and starts freaking out. Now he's caught on camera talking to the cops about his own friends. For context, the airport remark refers to a separate leaked video in which Lil Meech is seen being arrested at a TSA checkpoint after authorities discovered an unloaded firearm. The unloaded gun was found in his luggage, despite him not having a license for it. What made the situation even more unusual was that Meech tried to argue he wasn't legally an adult at the time, even though he was 23 years old at the time.
I swear to God, sir.
I know, but
Sir,
unfortunately,
sir.
there's certain procedures we have to follow
Okay,
anytime something comes in that's prohibited, correct?
Right. So listen,
You
sir.
understand that, correct?
Please
Do you have your ID on you?
Sir, my ID's in my bag.
In the bag?
Yes, I'm a minor, sir. I have security guards. They left that in my bag, sir. I did not
Okay.
pack my bag.
Well,
I
we
was
can
just
get that all
airport.
straightened out
Please, let's
after
do it.
the fact,
Okay,
okay?
thank you.
But until then, I have to put you in handcuffs until we figure this out.
Okay.
Okay, you
Can I
understand that?
Can I call my mom or somebody?
We'll do that after.
Okay.
All right, just turn around for me. Be cooperative. Everything's on video and audio surveillance. Plus, I'm on body cam.
To make matters worse, Meech pulled the classic "Do you know who I am?" move, openly revealing his name while trying to persuade TSA officers by pointing out his celebrity status.
Have anything else on you at this point?
No, sir, I promise I don't.
Okay.
Actor, sir.
No, I
have to
understand.
tonight. Please. Man.
Do you have a
It's gonna
concealed
ruin my
weapons
life.
permit or anything like
No,
that?
I don't, sir. They left that in my bag. My little brother's he was outside waiting for me, sir. I promise you, sir, that's not mine. I have security guards, sir. I'm an actor.
Okay.
See how much jewelry I have on me? I went to private school. I'm a good kid, man.
Bags. He's saying that he's an actor and he has private security guards.
Does he
And
have
he didn't
security
pack-
weapons permission?
No,
No,
sir.
he doesn't have a.
Listen, sir, I just want to
All
tell you.
right. His ID and everything's supposedly in the bag.
Listen,
where
sir, I
the-
want to tell you 1 second. I fly every week, sir. I have security guards, and we are rushing to the airport. I have a premiere. I'm an actor. That's why I have a big chain. Me and 50 Cent have a TV show.
As everyone knows, 50 Cent thrives on controversy. With this new footage of Lil Meech allegedly betraying his friend, 50 now has more fuel for his trademark Instagram jabs, but things took a serious turn. Big Meech, Lil Meech's father, has now stepped in and issued a clear warning to 50, leave his son alone. This came after 50's recent posts, where he not only mocked Lil Meech, but also criticized Big Meech's parenting and accused the younger Meech of being a snitch. In response, Big Meech posted photos of himself alongside his son. He captioned the post, "Nothing can stop us. We're still all the way up." But it looks like Big Meech might be taking action behind the scenes, not just showing support. Through social media, after 50 Cent repeatedly accused Lil Meech of being a snitch, rumors began circulating that Big Meech personally contacted one of 50's longtime allies. According to certain industry insiders, the message was direct: "Tell him to quit messing with my son or there will be consequences." Big Meech isn't someone typically associated with making threats lightly, but this change in approach hasn't gone unnoticed. In fact, there are whispers that some BMF producers quietly stepped away from the project, possibly to avoid being caught in the middle of any real-life conflict. It's also worth remembering that 50 Cent's criticism didn't begin with the recent posts. This tension dates back to earlier this year, when Big Meech was publicly associated with Rick Ross. That connection seemed to set 50 off, prompting him to accuse Big Meech of being a government informant. He even implied that Meech may have reduced his prison time by cooperating under the First Step Act, sharing screenshots of court documents and pointing fingers at longtime associate Tammy. However, nothing in the actual case suggests Meech ever snitched. He served 27 years of a 30-year sentence, and the reduction was due to updates in sentencing guidelines, not because of any cooperation. Big Meech even responded to the claims during a rare interview from prison, stating that if he had ever cooperated, it would have made national headlines by now.
You can look at my paperwork, man. My paperwork, if I was writing it to be on CNN, you know what I mean? You better believe it, my nigga. Yeah, it'd be on CNN. You know, you got some people insinuate, oh, Big Meech telling on Mexicans. How? Look on Wikipedia. It'll tell you. Daniel Correll out of L.A., he telling on me. Shit, you know, penitentiary rules is if you do not call a man hot or a rat or a snitch, or that he cooperating with the government without having paperwork to prove it. You know what I'm saying? Right. If not, you get your bitch ass up top. You check in, or your car checks you in. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know, you're not supposed to send her, oh, yeah, I think Big Meech hot. No, you don't think that. You show that, or you keep your opinion to yourself.
Much of the tension among fans centers on the controversy over whether Big Meech cooperated with authorities, while some argue that, after serving nearly 3 decades in prison, 50 Cent had no grounds to label Big Meech a snitch. Others see Meech's partnership with Rick Ross as a betrayalist, especially considering how 50 supported his family during his sentence and launched Lil Meech's acting career. According to 50 Cent, their real falling out was rooted in jealousy. He claims Big Meech became insecure about the close bond between 50 and Lil Meech, eventually cutting off his own son's financial backing. 50 also criticized Big Meech's influence, alleging he encouraged Lil Meech to blow through money and experiment with drugs, something 50 says he actively tried to prevent by stepping in as a mentor. One of 50's more serious claims is that Lil Meech suffered a breakdown from drug use during the filming of BMF, and it was 50 who intervened to get him treatment. He later shared on Instagram that he had warned Mimi, a close associate of Meech, against excessive spending and drug use behaviors he says Big Meech glorified from his past. 50 even claimed he arranged for Mimi to go to rehab and described how chaotic things had gotten on set, including someone vomiting during a weapons test and finding whippets in Lil Meech's truck. From the beginning, Lil Meech often said he was lost before 50 took him in and paid for his acting lesson, something he shared in his early interviews.
Got me before I even knew I could even act at all, before acting was even a thought. My dad called me one day and told me that he wanted me to fly to Atlanta in his presence so I could meet 50 for the first time and see the first casting that he was doing. So I flew out there and it was lined around the street. And the first time I met 50, it was just genuine. And I sat by him and we actually got to watch people audition for a couple hours. And the next day he called me, 8 o'clock in the morning, woke me up. I'm like, damn, 50 calling me. So I answered the phone, he like, hey, what you think about going to acting classes? I want you to play your dad. And at first, it sounded crazy, but of course, I'm gonna do it. I'm not doing nothing, so of course I wanted to do it, I just didn't know if I could do it.
But Lil Meech reportedly squandered the opportunity, allegedly burning through $5 million in just 3 years. Rather than making smart investments, he's said to have spent the money on flashy jewelry, luxury cars, and high-end fashion.
$200,000 just for this Cuban. This Cuban is like 1,100 grams. It's chunky, real big. I really can't have this on for longer than 3 or 4 hours. My neck started hurting. You might find a regular Cuban for 50 or for 100 maybe, but it's 200 just for a kilo.
What's the pendant cost?
3 just for the pendant. Right here, this is Antarctica. It's the big boy. This is Christine called it Antarctica. It's the chandelier. I might have seen Bill DJ Khaled with this one. It's that big boy,
I'm just gonna go.
2 million.
Given all that 50 Cent did to turn Lil Meech's life around, it's difficult to ignore the validity of his perspective. Still, the snitching accusations add a layer of complexity. According to those close to Meech, many now see 50 as inconsistent, only certain individuals of being informants while turning a blind eye to others.
I think Big Meech, told on somebody to get out, snitched, did anything extra?
No. Let me tell you why. Big Meech's paperwork is public records. There is no proof that Big Meech said, hey, bust him, bust him, bust him. Now, the situation with the lady Tammy, the female that he cool with or whatever, mess with whatever, I was having an argument with somebody about this last night. Now, if we go by prison rules and standards, Big Meech didn't sit down with the agents and say, hey, my bro gonna go ahead and settle boy up for me, so make sure y'all give me the credit. So, we couldn't make a move on him because his name not in the paperwork for saying authorizing this. Now, what she did, what would happen, the killers, the homies would be like, well, listen, bro, she your people, she did that with your name on it, so you gotta have her hit. You gotta either have her killed or you gotta bring a move to her because she implicated your name or the people got your name, your BMF, whatever, in this situation. You gotta handle this. So I was telling him, I said, bro, this is one of them situations where he had a ride or die. She jumped on it like, I'm gonna get him out here by any means. And I say now, we can't just up and say this. People be like, common sense, well, man, did they have that talk? I don't know. So I don't think, I got my own situation, so I don't really think that far into nobody else's situation anyway, but I do my content. Yeah. But if, you see, it's selective politics and it's selective, who they gonna call a rat or who they not gonna call a rat in this industry. So we've been saying that since I've been home.